truly is a staggering sight to behold, especially when you realize that most of what we're looking at here was carved in a very short period of time in an event known as the Bonneville Flood.
About 18,000 years ago, near the end of the last ice age, an enormous lake covered much of what is now northern and western Utah. Lake Bonneville covered more than 20,000 square miles and contained thousands of cubic miles of water. At its northern end, near present-day Red Rock Pass, Idaho, the lake was held back by a slim natural barrier of sediment. Eventually, the rising water overtopped that barrier, causing the sediment to rapidly erode, releasing one of the largest floods known in Earth's history. The lake itself dropped by nearly 350 feet, releasing more than 1,100 cubic miles of water. The flood flowed down the Portneuf River Valley and out and across the Snake River Plain, carving its legacy across southern Idaho. At its peak, the flood discharged roughly 35 million cubic feet of water every second. To put that into perspective, Niagara Falls has about 100,000 cubic feet of water per second at its highest level. That means the Bonneville Flood was moving roughly the equivalent of 350 Niagara Falls per second. The scale of the flood is difficult to imagine. In some places, the water was nearly 650 feet deep. As it spread across the Snake River Plain, the flood was miles wide, filling valleys, overflowing existing channels, and pouring across the southern landscape. This wasn't a single wall of water that passed in a few hours. The catastrophic flooding lasted for weeks, while enormous amounts of water continued draining from Lake Bonneville for months. As the flood crossed southern Idaho, it tore through soil and basalt, enlarging existing canyons, carving enormous channels and cataracts, and transporting massive boulders and depositing huge gravel bars. When the water finally receded, it left behind a permanently altered landscape. Nearly 18,000 years later, the path of the Bonneville Flood is still written across southern Idaho.